We know Hafsa had the mushaf there, but otherwise it's kind of odd. Okay. صما بكما عميا لأن المعنى تركهم غير مبصرين صما بكما عميا ويكون أيضا بمعنى أعني. So he says, why could it be mansub? Because it's following the flow of the hal, left them in darkness, not being able to see, being deaf, dumb, and blind, etc. Type. ويكون أيضا يعني so as opposed to أعني, deaf, dumb, and blind. So it would be he left them in the darkness, not being able to see. I mean, they are like someone who's deaf, blind, etc. أو كصيب. Where were we? I skipped something, right? أو كصيب. Here. الأصل عند البصريين صيب. فيعل, like فيصل. They don't say فيصل, but anyway. فيعل. ثم أدغم مثل أو مثل ميت. وعند الكوفيين الأصل صويب فعيل ثم أدغم. صيب. ولو كان كما قالوا لجاز إدغامه كما لا لما جاز إدغامه كما لا يجوز إدغام طويل. Right? So according to the Kufiyun, it's صيب is originally صويب on the pattern fa'il, and you merge the waw and the ya. He says, well, do you merge طويل? You say طيل? Right? And so the Basriyin, their explanation is on the pattern fa'il, which is awfully odd because fa'il doesn't really exist for anything else apart from these words that have a waw in the middle. So there's some kind of explanation that doesn't quite make sense. Wallahu alam. وجمع صيب صيايب. Right? صيايب, and not صيائب. Right? صيايب. Right? Now, why do we keep the ya? You say sheikh mashayikh with a ya. You don't say mashayikh. You say fadila fada'il, and you don't say fada'il. Right? So let's compare these two things. Oh, what's going on? Okay, always do the same thing. 1 second. You share. I need to exit before I do that. Exit, and then new share here. So we have Sheikh Mashayikh. What is it? طريقة طرائق. What another one?
حديقة حدائق.
حديقة حدائق. Yeah, I'm trying to think of another one. 1 second. معايش. No, I don't want that. Fine. معيشة.
فريضة فرائض maybe.
So, but slightly different. So, for فريضة فرائض. I'm trying to find two words on the same pattern. That's yeah. 1 second. معيشة. معايش. معايش, and one more. فريضة فرائض. No. Fine. فريضة فرائض. فريضة فرائض. So in some of these words, the ya is changing to a hamza. And in some of these words, the ya is not changing to a hamza. How do I know whether or not to change the ya into a hamza when it becomes plural?
Are you asking us a question, Sheikh?
I am asking you a question.
When you have alif zaida, you change waw or ya into a hamza later in that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay,
that is
I see an alif zaida in all, every single one of these has an alif zaida. So mashayikh, there's an alif zaida in the middle. Tara'iq, alif zaida. Ma'ayish. Right, so the pattern fawa'il, so alif zaida.
Yeah, that's in some file I know that we do it, but here I don't know why. Like.
So the thing is, we have that. I know that principle, but it doesn't apply to at least two words here, mashayikh and ma'ayish.
Yeah, that's what.
What's going on? Wajahat. We need a jawab wajih. Right. Muhammad.
It's a Sarfi rule, Sheikh?
Sorry?
It's a Sarf rule that's governing it?
It's a sarf rule, but it's observable from here. From the first word particularly. If you look at the first word, it'll give it away. The rule is, yes, you put on fawa'il, you added the extra alif, you change that ya into a hamza. True. But not when something. So with mashayikh, the ya is asli.
Oh.
Notice? So you don't change it. Mashayikh. Ma'ayish as well. It's asli. But tariqa is taraqa. Farada. So that yeah, it can do what you want with it. It doesn't matter. Right? You can do what you want with it. You can change it to anything. You can drop it. Tariqa, turuq, tara'iq, not a big deal. But shaykh, shuyukh, that yeah is going to stay there regardless. Mashayikh, not mashayikh. Right? Ma'ayish, not ma'ayish.
If it's a root letter, right? Then
The root letter, because so when the yeah is a root letter, that rule that Sister Nurse correctly mentioned, right? It doesn't apply. Nasiha, nasa'ih, because the yeah is not original, right? It's not originally part of it. Okay.
But that over there also it's root letter, isn't it? But then yeah, what is different? Even in where we change it, also it is the root letter that we change into a hamza, isn't it?
No, it's not a root letter here.
Not here. So here this is not a root letter.
Yeah. Okay, so, but when it is a root letter, we keep it. Right, and so the rule that you applied, which is correct, fadila, fada'il, kara'im, karima, whatever it is, that pattern, fa'il, fawa'il, that rule does not apply. That word does that extra ya in it does not change into a hamza when the ya was asli, when it was originally part of the word. So that's why in mashayikh and ma'ayish we keep it, and also sayayib, because it's from sad ya sad ya wow. So we don't change it into a hamza. Now where we still do it is on, for example, the pattern fa'il. أنت شاب ولكن أنت شايخ. Right, you are a youth, but you are getting old. شايخ. So شائخ there. شائخ. So there in form for it's a fa'il of fa'ala, you would change that the waw and the ya into a fa'il there. That's different. But here, this particular rule on fawa'il, that ayn will not change into a hamza in this scenario if it's asli. Okay? And etc. Okay, so that's what we got. Sayayib. The yeah is still there, not sayayib. Right. So anyway, it just mentions where are we? Where were we? Okay, وجمع صيايب والتقدير في العربية مثلهم كمثل الذي استوقد نارا أو كمثل صيب في ظلمات ابتداء فيه ظلمات أي ظلمات is ابتداء ورعد وبرق معطوف عليه أي رعد is معطوف الظلمات برق is معطوف الظلمات يجعلون right full stop he's saying مستأنف. So it says, what is it? مثلهم كمثل what is it? It says أو كصيب من السماء فيه ظلمات ورعد وبرق full stop يجعلون أصابعهم في آذانهم من الصواعق. So they are like a people who have been hit by heavy rain in darkness in which there is thunder and lightning full stop. They put their fingers in their ears because for fear whenever they hear the flash of hear the lightning or the thunder and the lightning because of fear of death. Or so that's one translation, right? Or where were we? Or he says وإن شئت كان حالا من الهاء التي في فيه. While doing this, putting their fingers in the ears makes sense to say putting their fingers in the ears as opposed to they put their fingers in the ears. Then he says فإن قيل كيف يكون حالا ولم يعد على الهاء شيء فالجواب أن التقدير في سوائقه. Right? Okay. Yeah, fine. أصابعهم في واحد الأصابع 5 لغات. So he says, how do you say finger in Arabic? 5 ways to say finger. يقال إصبع بكسر الهمزة والفتح that's what those called إصبع. ويقال إصبع أصبع بفتح الهمزة وكسر الباء إصبع وأصبع. ويقال بفتحهما أصبع وبكسر إصبع وبضمها أصبع. We say in Jordanian Arabic أصبع أصبعيه. And so what we say in modern standard Arabic is إصبع. What we call Jordanian Arabic is أصبع. وهي مؤنثة وكذلك الأذن. وروي عن حسن أنه قرأ من الصواعق right? So what is it? صواعق and صواقع. Well, this is what we call قلب مكاني. قلب مكاني. It's hard to say صواعق because why? The ayn is a bit like the alif. So it's like saying, it's like when we say بضائع. It's hard. It's hard to say things like فضائل. And so it's easier to say سواقع. It's easier. And we often find there's many words in Arabic where we just move the letters around just for convenience. This combination would be hard, and so we just move it around. Like it's easier to say it this way. So وهو لغة التميم وبعض ربيعة. Right? Some of them would say that. Think of an example in English. Pilgrim. Right? Who's going to be? So look at the word pilgrim. Pilgrim. This is slightly different, but it's similar kind of thing. The word is actually originally peregrine. We're talking about a peregrine falcon. Pilgrim. Peregrine. Pilgrim. So none about the M and the M, that's something else. But basically we have too many R's. Peregrine. So in English we change it to an L. Right? And then this is Pellegrino. Don't they do that same in Italian? Pellegrino. But it's peregrine. But I think it's for the same reason. Like the water peregrino. It's like Pellegrino, isn't it? Peregrino. But the word is peregrine falcon, pilgrim. Right? And so that's not really changing the order, but it is shifting away from the difficulty of having too many R's. But you find things like, I'm trying to think of another word like that in Arabic, where we shift. I mean, it happens most of the time, qalb makani in Arabic happens because of the Hamza. It's difficult to pronounce the Hamza in that position, so we move it. What is it? Ri'mun, ar'am. It's easy to say aram. Right, so we change the order. It happens a lot with the Hamza. Sa'. We have the word sa', and the plural is si'an, which is easy. Si'an on the pattern fi'lan. Si'an. But if it's on the jama' qilla on the pattern af'ul, we say asur. Right. So notice that the weak letter, the waw, has changed position. It's now on the pattern a'ful. Can you all see that? So sad, weak letter ayn. Si'an, sad, weak letter ayn. Asur is on the pattern af'ul. Hamza, weak letter sad ayn. So the weak letter is actually moved because of the difficulty of pronouncing it. Asur means a few sa's. Right? So asur. There's other words like this as well. I'm trying to think. There's other words. But that's qalb makani, and it often happens because of the Hamza. Here it's kind of the Hamza at the beginning, not really the actual asl itself. But it changes because it's difficult to pronounce. Right. So here that's what we're having. It's not really a weak letter, but it's just difficult to pronounce. We change the order.
Is this the same saw that is the mesh for Yusuf Mashari?
Yes, yeah, same saw, yeah. حذر الموت يقال حذارة. قال سيبويه هو منصوب لأنه موقوعا له أي مفعول من أجله. Right? He calls it موقوعا له. It happened for it. أي مفعول done for it. وحقيقته أنه مصدر. And what's wrong with that? I don't know what he means by وحقيقته أنه مصدر. حقيقته is reality, and it can also mean what it deserves to be. وحقه أن يكون مصدرا. والله أعلم. So it's وأغفر وعوراء الكريم ادخاره وأعرض عن شتم اللئيم تكرما. So it says, I forgive the mistakes of a noble person so as to keep him. I don't want to let go of him, right? You have a good employer, a good employee, forgive him some things because you want to keep him. You don't be too strict with him. So, well, you turn up to late 4 times in a row, but we kind of need you, so just don't worry about it. وَأَعْرِضُ عَنْ شَتْمِ اللَّئِيمِ تَكَرُّمًا. And I turn away from the insults of wretched people because it's not even worth doing, right? So forgive people who deserve to be forgiven because they deserve to be forgiven. And forgive people who don't deserve to be forgiven because you deserve to forgive and they're not worth you worrying about it, right? As my son speaking his Farsi English, Abdurazak bother mekona. Mekona means he's bothering me, right? So I tell him Abdurazak's 4 and you're 5, so don't worry about it, right? Shatm al-la'imi takarruman, right? That should have a dhamma here, takarruman, right? Out of, so that the iddikharahu. So he gives example, iddikharahu is a masdar, but it's mudaf, right? So as to save him, so as to keep him. So here is mudaf, hadar al-maut, out of fear for that thing. Right? And this is Diwan al-Hatim al-Ta'i. Who's Hatim al-Ta'i?
Wait, wasn't he a very generous person in
Exactly.
the Jahili period?
Yeah, so he is Hatim al-Ta'i, is that famous? So his son, Adi ibn Hatim, is a Sahabi. He's the famous Sahabi who was with the Prophet, and the Prophet said, you know, if you live long enough, you're going to see a woman coming from Hira and doing tawaf around the Kaaba, and she won't fear anything apart from the wolf, or she won't not fearing anything apart from Allah. That's his son, right? But he was in towards they were under the Persian, kind of not Persian rule, but under the who were they? Is it Ghassasan is over there? I can't remember now. But anyway, under the Sasanians, and they were, but he was a kind of a sheikh of a big tribe and extremely generous. He has a diwan. والله محيط بالكافرين مبتدأ وخبره. So I apologize, I have to stop here. So please forgive my daughter, because she knows not what she does. She unplugged the internet, so I apologize. Okay, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.